What's up, guys? It's Korean Ninja Mayor here, as usual, dropping another video out. And yeah, let's just get the annoying stuff out of the way, get the like and the sub out of the way. Come on now, hit those buttons. What are you doing? Just waiting for it. Drop a comment if you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever your takes are on this. I'm just hoping to get some good takes in here. Remember, good takes, not just hot takes. And hopefully we can get some good, bets going, get some good conversations going. That's why we're doing it. But yeah, it's gonna be a banger on this card. It's a little sleeper. The whole card as a whole is a sleeper, but this is like one of the fights I'm really looking forward to. Davis versus Borschev here. We got Slavakaz, Beast Boy Davis, good nickname. He likes anime. He likes animation and stuff like that. Got the Majin Buu kind of stuff. Majin tattoo, the M on his back of his neck. Borschev, of course, Slavakaz. Interesting characters. Both come to bang. Really fun stuff. Now, like I said, this is not one where I have too many hot takes on it. As usual, I think I do want to talk about how they match up a little bit here before I just give you my overall thought. I think now you've probably heard down the what am I saying here? Heard down the grapevine, heard about this stuff. Like, there's been whispers of how this fight's gonna go. We think, okay, let me just get that out of the way. Mike Davis is the favorite, right? Like minus 175 for and Borschev is a plus 150. Now, because Davis, we think, all right, he's just the overall more well-rounded of the two, right? I mean, this is not a hot take. We know Borschev is more of a kickboxer. He's been working at Team Alpha Male. That's great. Of course, to work on your takedown defense and all that. I mean that's obvious. It can do really well for you, but it's kind of hard to fill those holes. I mean, when you have someone that's like Davis, been doing it more so. I mean, he did a lot of boxing. He primarily had the boxing, so he had that striking base, and he transitioned to MMA, and I feel like he's had more time to transition to MMA, so he'd be more well-rounded. Now, if I want to talk about that a little bit, it's not just so clear-cut, though. It's not like he's going to go out there and, Davis is not like a pure wrestler by trade by any means, right? He's not like this big, strong grappler kind of guy. I mean, he's been looking good. If you look at his Instagram, he's been looking jacked. I mean, he's made reference to it like he's been in the hyperbolic chamber for a year and a half, It's a little reference to Dragon Ball, where they go into this chamber and they just train there and they get a lot stronger. Anyway, enough of that weeaboo stuff. So I just feel like now going back and looking at them, though, if you go and see when, let's say, talk about Davis. I want to talk about him first. When he fought Mason Jones, he got that unanimous decision. That was back in 2021, though. In all three rounds. I mean, it was really dominant. It was really back and forth. I actually think in that fight I was leaning Jones in that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, Mason Jones still, he's a good guy. No longer in the UFC, I believe, but he's going elsewhere. But I mean, he showed promise. It was a really nice back and forth. It just Davis really showed his overall good just MMA skills, especially with the striking. I mean, he can really hold his own. And he ate shots. He ate a knee from Jones too. When he go for a takedown, he ate a knee. And he's got a chin. And he like I said, I like the way he mixes it up. I think if you want to see his good striking on display, you can go rewatch that fight. It's competitive. Mason Jones can crack himself. I really like the way he mixes it up. He got a nice high kick. Add some nice low kicks down there as well. And I like how he goes. Go for uppercut. He'll go uppercut to the body and then overhand with the left. I really like that technique. That's one of the techniques I like to see. I think everything does. He's not too wild with it. You can tell he has that nice boxing background, and he's implements and kicks in there really well. Really good stuff. And when he fought Gifford just too tough for his own good. He got the KO TKO, but that was in round 3. 44 minutes and 45 seconds, of round 3. So it was late. I mean, just Gifford was just too tough for his own good, man. I mean, there was another good striking clinic, and he ended up getting that the KO TKO. And of course, before that was 2019, though. In 2019, he also lost by sub to Burns, 4 minutes, 15 seconds in the second round. But I mean, look, that was back in 2019 and against Burns. I mean, that's just no shame in that. I mean, that's just, there's no risk of that. I mean, that's basically kind of a moot point. It's not going to, doesn't really mean anything in this matchup. Now, if we go and talk about Mr. Slavakaz over here, now, I mean, you go watch that fight with Diakese. I mean, look, what needs to be said about that? I mean, go rewatch that thing. I rewatched it just right now, actually, again. Round, of course, it's unanimous decision loss. I mean, he lost every single round. Why? Because of wrestling. Diakese, though, and Gizzy is not known as, obviously, he's not known as a grappler, right? He just had, obviously, more time in MMA, right? Especially at the time. Slavakaz trying to fill in those holes, like I said, but obviously it was a huge wrestling skill gap, right? I mean, DKC, he's primarily a striker and with a lot of good Muay Thai himself. That's kind of his bread and butter. That's where he has most success using his nice Muay Thai. But yeah, he just went right for the bat, going those takedowns, and I was really impressed by how his cardio held up. Now, I don't think that necessarily Davis will be able to do the exact same, but I feel like, I mean, like I say, he's not known as a wrestler, but no, neither is GKC. And I do wonder how the cardio will hold up, but I mean, Davis has shown good cardio, so I think he'll at least kind of mix it in. And Slaviclaus has to, Borschev has to, he has to be aware that this, okay, after losing like that, it's got to be demoralizing. He's going to work on that, go back to the drawing board, go to Team Alpha Male and Ryber Favorite are going to help him try to fill in those holes and try to at least get the takedown defense going. But he just showed like he wasn't finding off the hands as well. It just kind of seemed really lost in there. And he was getting tired too. He was the one that was getting tired from grappling. He's not, it's kind of hard to work on that. But cardio is something you can work on. So I feel like he would, hopefully with Team Alpha Male even more time, they're going to be drilling that a lot, right? He got that nice against Dakota Bush. Before that, round 1, 3 minutes 47 seconds in round 1, and that was nice back and forth exchange. And Bush was looking good too, showing different nice throwing the kicks and looked really good. But he got overly aggressive, and of course that nice left hook, right? I mean, it's just I believe that was left. I know Slaviclaus likes to have that nice left high kick and the nice left hook and like check hook. He'll knock you out like that. Same with Duncan, right? He got that second round TKO. Actually, it's like more like KO, really. It was just KO. And with Bush, it was like to the body. It was really nice. But Duncan, yeah, just in the second round again. 28 seconds to the second round. And, it's just like, you see his stuff like, so I feel like he can get hit. I think it will be competitive. I think that my overall thoughts on this, I'm gonna give you a summation now. I've talked about both. I do feel like Davis can do well on the feet. To be honest with you, I think he's really good. But I'm just, of course, worried about Borschev landing a nice counter. I mean, he'll be looking good. I could see it going, the first round is going to be competitive. I want to see how the approach is going to be, though. I wonder if Davis will go straight away going for that takedown. Is he going to be able to implement such a game plan, like as well as DKS did? He's going to be able to take him down and not get tired and tire him out that way. I think it'd be smart. I mean, Davis is a smart fighter. He looks good. He has nice striking. He won't get overzealous, and I think he will. He's smart. He knows he needs to implement the plan. The path to the least resistance would be at least faking, clinching a little bit, faking the takedowns. I'm mixing it in, making a Borschev guess. Because the longer it stays on the feet, the longer it's going to favor him, right? As it goes on, he just needs to find that one kill shot to hurt him. Davis, I mean, he has a good chin, like I said, but, you don't want to be... Why play that? I mean, you don't want to be kickboxing the kickboxer, I think. But Davis has good boxing himself. I think it'd be nice competitive, the first round. But, like I said, I could see Davis, to be honest with you, winning a decision. And I'm thinking like over 1.5 rounds hits. And that's it's kind of scary because people think, oh, you get knocked out. But I mean, over 1.5, Davis got chin. He's been inactive, but I mean, all this time he should be refreshed here. He's been looking good, and I feel like he has a nice game plan to do it. Like I'm worried though. I don't know, but decision. I'm not sure if I would really sprinkle on Davis by decision. That's just like more of like a fun sprinkle. You can, but because you never know later on. Like I said, later on the second round or even by the third round, what if Borschev finds that kill shot? He's able to do it. He has the power. And once you get in the pocket, when you close distance, and one thing I want to touch on is too, when you close distance on him, it gets really dangerous because he'll unload a combo. Pop, 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 pop. When you are inside, he likes to do that. He likes to land the hooks, he likes to get those nice kicks as well. I mean, he'll kick your leg out, man. But so is Davis. Like I said, Davis he'll mix it up really well. So I feel like if Davis is finding success, what I think, he'll get good timing. He'll have his moments and he'll hit Borschev. If he gets too distracted with that, or rather falls in love with the striking a little too much, I feel like Borschev can catch him. But I mean, Davis should be smart. His team should know. Let's mix in those takedowns, at least threaten them, and to get that, just go. It doesn't mind getting a decision win. Who cares? Getting knockouts great, but I think Davis needs to know coming back after all this time, he wants to get that win. And like I said, over 1.5 is a nice little thing to do. If you were really worried about it, you could sprinkle Borschev by KO TKO, just because. Just kind of maybe head or just like something to save you, or maybe just some like a fun bet. But I think that's how I would do it. That's how that's what I would say. So that's it, man. Like and sub. Let me know if you agree, disagree, and good luck to your bets.